Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is 3 3-minute rounds for the #1 contendership of the USFFC heavyweight title.
I'm Brock the American Dream Walker, and tonight you'll feel the wrath of all American soldiers that have fallen, because every time I hit you, I'm going to knock your head off. You will spit blood, and you're going down. Not.
And so, my fellow Americans, and not what your country can do for you.
All right, Brock Walker takes on Chandler Cole. This is in the heavyweight division of USFFC 23. And Brock Walker coming out to I Am a Real American.
You know a little something about that.
You know, Matt Hughes really brought this song home as a one to fear when your opponent walks out to it.
Bushido MMA lining up for this heavyweight contender, Brock Walker, who says he's gonna come and do the impossible, take out Chandler Cole, accomplished wrestler, fighting at a Team Fast in Coburn, Virginia. This guy's trained very hard and is prepared for this fight.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with Brock's opponent, Chandler Cole, who has a very interesting story of his own. His wrestling was cut short due to some problems that he faced within his family, particularly his grandmother, who had cancer and unfortunately succumbed to it just a few months ago. He continues to fight to keep himself focused despite some of the family problems he has. He fights for his family, and he says he's prepared to come in here and have a great fight with Brock Walker tonight in the cage at USFFC 23.
Two very contrasting styles. He goes Brock Walker, known for that power, that knockout ability. He swings for the fences, and he makes the fans cheer every single time. Chandler Cole, he's gonna have to come out there and move that head and do what he does.
Chandler Cole coming in with a slight weight advantage, 234 pounds versus Brock Walker's 227. In the heavyweight division, that's pretty close to equal.
And that might be the lightest that Brock Walker's ever been. I'll tell you, he has really done a lot to get in shape. He's changed up that training and really leaned up a whole lot.
I'm Chandler Cole. Brock, you know I'm going to go for a takedown, but the question is, do you really think you're going to be able to stop it?
Chandler Cole calling Brock Walker out. And he's got the welcome to the jungle, man.
Yes, he does. I'm going to have to rate both guys' entrance musics a tie. So,
a plethora of the 80s, if you will.
That's right. I will. So far tonight, it has been an electric lineup of fights.
And here he comes, Chandler Cole with the belts. And he's looking to add one more tonight.
Two of them in tow with him. Chandler Cole hopping up on the Humvee. We have a Patriot in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We have many of those in the building. Chandler Cole, of course, being one of them, hugging the soldier on top of the Humvee. And I gotta say, Casey Oxendine, the patriotism in this venue tonight is unparalleled, and I have the utmost admiration and respect for what USFFC has done for these veterans here in attendance tonight.
All right, and we have the tail of the tape. Of course, Walker 4-4 as opposed to Cole 6-0. 9 years separate the age. Both men at 5'10", and as you mentioned before, a slight difference in weight. The fan poll going completely lopsided to Chandler Cole, but I'll tell you, Brock Walker looking to be a spoiler tonight.
Well, in the heavyweight division, nothing is ever certain. This fight can end at any moment when you have two big guys wearing 4-ounce gloves like that. Just don't blink, because you don't know what's going to happen. Chandler Cole coming in undefeated, having yet to taste the sour taste of defeat. Casey, what does that do for a guy's confidence coming into a fight like this?
Well, man, I'll tell you, it all depends. In the case of Chandler Cole, it means I'm on ahead of Steve, and I'm going to keep that trainer rolling. You see what I'm saying? Chandler Cole is very confident in himself, and he seems to get a little bit better with every single fight. Brock Walker, he's 4-4. He don't want to drop that down to a lopsided record, so he'll do anything and everything he can to take this win tonight.
Height, very similar, if not the same. Weight, pretty close. Experience level, some close to the same amount of fights. However, Chandler Cole's big difference here could be the age. When you have a 20-year-old going up against a 29-year-old, what kind of problems can that pose when you have an age difference like that?
Well, I don't know if the age is that much in regards to Brock Walker. What I will say, however, is that, you know, at 20 years of age, Chandler Cole has not been out of high school and out of that actual wrestling grind for very long. A lot of guys will wrestle in high school. They'll cut it out for 10 years and try to come back. That's not the case here. Chandler Cole has transitioned directly into MMA.
And Chandler Cole comes to the ring. This heavyweight bout is about to kick off.
Back to Cyrus Fees.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, 3 3-minute rounds for the #1 contendership of the USFFC heavyweight title, brought to you by AAA Bail Bonds. Introducing first, the fighter on my left. He weighed in at 227.5 pounds with a record of 4 wins and 4 defeats. Fighting for Bushido MMA, Kingsport, Tennessee, and a veteran of 2 tours of Operation Iraqi Freedom, U.S. Army, the American Dream, Brock Walker. And now, his opponent, standing across the cage of fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 234 pounds with an undefeated record of 6 wins and 0 defeats. Fighting for Team Fast, Coburn, Virginia, Chandler, the Hammer Cole.
And Chandler the Hammer Cole.
Your referee when the action begins, Blake Grice.
Chandler Cole weighs in at 234 pounds, and a lot of that are going to be in those 2 tree trunks for legs that he has down there, Casey
Undoubtedly,
Oxendine.
and there was another Hammer that I can recall that was a wrestler and made up a lot of fame in mixed martial arts. That's Mark the Hammer Coleman.
Both guys meeting in the center. Chandler Cole getting there first. Which direction will this one go? Brock with his hands up. Chandler with his hands a little mid-range.
Brock keeping that low base. That's one thing, is there is not a high differential here. So Chandler Cole's going to have to set things up and get underneath him. Here he goes, looking for that takedown. Brock Walker sprawling well.
Good sprawl by
Delivers
Brock Walker.
A nice short left hook for Chandler Cole's.
Chandler Cole landed a nice snapping
that was
right
big.
hook there.
Brock Walker looking to get back up, but Cole all over him. Big shots right there.
Cole showing a lot of power against the cage, dropping his man. Now a takedown, flips him over, has his back. Can he finish this fight?
This could already be it. Brock Walker centering his weight directly down on Chandler Cole. It's exactly what I would do. He needs to watch out for that rear naked choke, though. He looks to have a little bit of damage forming there over his left eye, possibly that big overhand right from Chandler Cole.
Chandler Cole showing some abnormal speed for a man of his size, and some mean shots are coming from underneath.
Yeah.
Can Brock take more of these?
And right back to the leg. Look at that beautiful transition. Brock Walker looking for a guillotine, but Chandler takes him for a ride.
That was a vicious slam. Casey Oxendine, Chandler Cole has the mount.
Big time ground and pound coming from Chandler Cole right here.
Brock Walker looking to be in trouble early in this first round. A cut forming over his left eye. His back is taken. Can he weather this storm?
Brock Walker's a big guy, and Chandler Cole picked him up like it was nothing, man.
That's got to be tough to get a guy like Chandler Cole off your back. Brock doing a great job trying to scramble, but not quite enough to get out. Referee Blake Grice doesn't seem too close to stopping this, so good job of Brock by surviving.
Yeah, Brock is still in it, but man, it's a miserable spot to be in right there. Such a miserable spot. He is unable to get off of his back and continues to absorb continuous punishment from Chandler Cole.
He snuck out the back door. He got out of the
Cole
mount
right
position.
back on him.
Right
That's the
back.
thing, man. That's the difference right there, is because even when Brock Walker gets out, Cole is right back to it, and that is hard to endure.
That is hard to get a big boy off of you, especially one with a wrestling background like Cole. Chandler putting that wrestling to use here, dropping shots from side mount, winning the scrambles, and so far in this first round, this fight has been all Chandler Cole.
Yeah, and what I've seen from Chandler Cole in the past is that he doesn't slow down. You know, it looks like he's working at a very quick work ratio. It's not quick for him. He continues to do it. It's par for the course. He can do this all night long.
Good job keeping his opponent guessing, moving to the north-south, teasing a little Kimura there just to kind of get his opponent to notice that. And just doing a good job mixing it up. Chandler Cole, very impressive first round. Brock's going to have to go back to the corner and switch the game up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see Brock breathing heavy right there. He's going to have to figure out how to switch things up. Chandler Cole, man, it looked like he just coasted right on through there.
So, Casey, I'm going to put you on the spot again. You are in the corner of Brock Walker. What do you tell him to do here in the second round?
Well, you know, it's hard to say. You know, what he can do to stop. Here we go. See here, look at this. There's that big launch.
Brock tried to grab the cage and it wasn't enough. He still went for a ride.
Yeah. What can you do when this guy's throwing big leather and getting the takedowns? The one thing that Brock Walker did do is sprawl the takedown initially right out of the gate. How did he do that? Because Chandler Cole didn't set it up. The second time, Chandler Cole threw a nasty bomb at him and then landed. Brock Walker has to keep Chandler Cole on his heels, moving backwards with those strikes. He has to stay very aggressive in moving. He can't wait.
Saw the camera there in between rounds. A pretty polished up looking mouse has formed underneath the eye of Brock.
Yeah,
Brock Walker.
Say Brock's got to get moving. He's got to move forward because if he waits like this, Chandler Cole's going to land another big shot and then get right underneath and scoop Brock Walker up again.
Chandler Cole, perhaps the looser of the two, appears to be a little bit lighter on his feet, changes levels with a little bit more speed, and sometimes speed is the big deciding factor.
Yeah, undoubtedly, and there he goes.
Brock
Walker looking to sprawl here, but the cage got in his way. Now Chandler Cole lacing that leg. And Brock possibly looking for an arm-in guillotine, but so tough to pull that off. You've got to have exact positioning.
Brock was able to stop one of Chandler's
takedowns. We got Brock Walker moving to the back, but instantly Chandler Cole to the top position in full mount.
That looks like that hurts, Casey. You can always tell when it hurts because they give their back up.
More of the same. More of the same from Chandler Cole. He is completely dominant in this fight.
Right now, Brock Walker is going to have to avoid fighting on the ground with Chandler Cole at all costs, eating some mean shots from mount. And Blake Grice gets a little closer to determine how long this fight should go on.
Yeah, because if Brock gets to the point where he's exhausted and he can't defend him, even though Chandler Cole's not throwing the hardest shots he has, those continue to accumulate, cause damage, and the referee's going to be forced to step in if he applies too much damage here, inflicts.
Now I know a black belt in jiu-jitsu, Casey, such as yourself, is going to see this and say, well, hey, he's sticking the arm out. Why don't you just pull that back? But when you're landing such effective shots, you don't always want to take a risk like that.
No, not at all, especially in the heavyweight division here. When you're on top, you've got that much weight. I'm a little guy. So when I'm hooked to somebody, I'm moving around a lot. I don't have a lot to deliver, and the fight is done.
That's it.
It is done. Chandler Cole with another belt added to his collection. The big one, USFFC.
And this heavyweight is going places. When you got a kid with power like that and speed to go along with it, you've got a potential for a solid fighter, and we've seen that tonight. Here at USFFC, along with a lot of other great fighters and fights that have taken place, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Spivey, King, and Spivey, of course, the U.S. Army, Toyota of Kingsport, and True Line Construction. And momentarily, we're going to hear from your winner, Chandler Cole.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Grice stops the fight at 206, round number 2. Your winner by TKO due to strikes and still undefeated, Chandler the Hammer Cole.
All right, I am here with your winner, Chandler Cole, brother. I'll tell you what, you ground your way through this, and you even had a Hogan Andre-style body slam. Man, that electrified the crowd. Talk about the fight.
I'm not trying to kill the mood, but I gotta say something. First of all, let's give a round of applause to our veterans. You know, first and foremost, back in March 29th, I lost someone who meant everything to me. It was my mama. She raised me. Might as well be my mom. And I miss her like crazy. And she fought cancer for 5 years. So anyone who's fighting cancer or you're a cancer survivor, give yourself a round of applause because y'all are the real definition of a fighter. And I love y'all. If you have cancer, I hope you beat it. Much love. And hey, shout out to my coach. He took 2 tours to Iraq for us. So love you, Adam.
Now, real quick, let's talk a little business. Tabaris Gordon, he's the champ here at USFFC. You got 2 belts, but there's one that's eluded you. It's this one right here. Could we possibly see Chandler Cole back in here going for the gold once again?
You know, it's something to think about. I didn't even know this was the #1 contender fight. Surprise, I guess. That's cool. Your people talk to my people.
Well, there you have it, Scott Price. You get with those people and get this thing set up. Everybody put your hands together for your winner, Chandler Cole.